Hi friends, this is Venkat. So, yeah, small announcement. So, next week onwards, uh, next another 2 months, we are providing the online trainings for Java and Spring Boot and microservices and REST services and Kafka. So, we will explain these technologies. I'm starting the new batch on weekends only. So for Saturday 4 hours and Sunday 4 hours. So 8 hours class totally for 1 week. And this class will help to further anybody who completed BTech or MCA or who are planning to start their career into the Java stream. So for them it will help. So yeah, I'm providing the basic Java is required, like the hoops concept and the core concepts of core Java is required, and generics, collections and exception handling, and normally this how we are using these knowledge is required. So Java, I'm like when we are writing this RESTful web service, right? I will explain even the core Java also or collections also, why we are using and what purpose we are using which collection. So I will cover that one, but we need this basic knowledge. So in my course, right, I will explain about these REST services from the RESTful web service we are using. So people are not using, so no need to learn that one. If you have knowledge, it's fine, but not required because all the companies or all the projects are using REST services. So completely REST services, and how we have a different methods in REST services, and how to handle the exceptions, and how to provide the security, and error codes and all those things in the REST services. And after that, Spring Boot, and in Spring we have a different module. We have a Spring IOC, Spring MVC, and Spring AOP, and Spring JDBC, and Spring Data JPA, and Spring Security, and then Spring Boot, and Spring Cloud also. I'm covering these are the modules in Spring. So Spring REST framework also. And after that, microservices are nothing but indirectly REST services only. But if you know the REST services, how to create the REST services, how to uh, uh, take the request payload, and how to process it, and how to send the response, if you know these concept, right, then microservices are the design patterns. We have a different design patterns. How we are implementing that design patterns in our application is nothing but the microservices. For example, earlier we have a monolithic application, so we are segregating into the different small services for different tasks or different purpose. So those we are creating the different microservices, and we are integrating that, and how to handle exceptions, or how to processing the data or payload from one services to another services, how to provide the security, and what is the API gateway, and what is the Eureka server, what is the service registry, and what is the Saga, and what is the circuit bracket design pattern, and what is the CQRS, command and query design pattern, and how the event driven, and what these are the some of the patterns, like service per the database. These are the some of the design pattern we are following uh, in microservices. Those I will explain about the microservices. So we have, like, for like 2 months. That means we have a 4 8 days, right, for month, 16 days for into 16 into 4 hours. So I'm providing this online training. We have some of the candidates has already registered. So this is the announcement from my side. So please contact on my email ID, which is venki.krishna12@gmail.com. I will write here. If you are interested, please contact me. Yeah, this is the my email ID, venki.krishna12@gmail.com. Just write the subject interest, whether you interest, and your mobile number. So I will contact, and my team will contact you, and will do the next process. The fees is like, we are just 2000 for candidate, and we are not providing we will provide the recorded videos also, and we will which is the like 16 days in each day. It's a 4 hours each day, 4 hours, 4 hours. Okay, we are providing the Spring and REST services, RESTful web services, and microservices, and real-time projects. We have some real-time projects. We are providing. I am providing the source code for the two real-time projects with Angular code. We have a Angular applications also. Angular code we are providing. These are the I will tell you the course content or brochure. I don't have anything, but at the time of starting, right, what we will cover everything. We will actually, this is not kind of training, which is the friendly discussion. So we will learn. So how we are working the real time, and how to prepare the interviews also. I will cover everything in this my next 16 days session, for each day 4 hours. Okay, this is the announcement from my side. So yeah, so please contact on this email ID if you are interested. So now, yeah, in this video we will, we will cover. I will explain about the Python. Python means, yeah, I will explain about the Python. We can not Python completely. So how to, what is the Python, which is one kind of programming language everybody knows. So by using the Python script, how to connect to the MySQL database, and how to create the schema, and how to insert the data, and how to update the data. So these tasks we will learn today. So these are the activities. This just normally don't think about the much. We have nowadays the Python is common language for any developer, like whether you are working on the Java or .NET, or some other technology. Python we should learn, at least core Python we should learn, not for the frameworks. Python we should learn that, because we don't know by in machine learning or AI or other ML, deep learning, everywhere Python is using. So it's a common language nowadays. Everybody should minimum knowledge on, minimum experience on the Python. So that is the reason I'm creating the Python videos also, for weekly, or some weekly basis, one or two videos. So how, what is the data type kind of, for statement if loops and these conditions, and after that exception handling and collections, and some of the futures in Python, these kind of Python file systems. I will prepare some of the videos, and I will upload into my YouTube channel. Please go through it. You will learn some stuff on the Python. So today we will learn about the I will explain here. I will open one paint, right? We'll see what we need to learn today. So here I have one Java, one Python program here, and we have database here, which is MySQL DB, SQL DB. So from, so here I will write the one Python code, and the MySQL here, right? So from here I will, my from my program I will connect to the MySQL database, and I will create schema, and after that I will insert the data into the table, and I will update the data. These are the four activities I will do from this Python code. Okay, so we'll tell you which and every statement why we have written that. And here, right, if you want to connect to the any account, or Gmail account, or a Facebook account, or anything, we need username and password, right? In the same way, if you want to connect to the MySQL, we need username and password. We need username and password. and and we need the server name on this, where this MySQL software has been installed. That server name we need. In currently in my local machine MySQL is there, so it's a local host. For example, in our real time application, when you want to connect to the database, your application has your software or your MySQL software has installed one of the cloud machine, then we need that IP address or the machine name. Okay, after that, which port it is running. It's a running on 8080 or which port it is running, that port number also we need. So we need machine name and a port number. Okay, port number, right? These are the minimum details we need from the database side. So if somebody working on, some team is working on the database side and some team working on the Python side. So if you want to connect to the from the Python code to the any database, in our case is MySQL, then we need these details: username, password, and machine name and port number. Machine name is the local host because this MySQL is installed in my system only. So that is the reason it's a local host. So I will open MySQL, which is already I have installed. So I will show you here. See here, yeah, manage connections. If you go, see here, host name is nothing but this is the local host by default port number. When I install this MySQL, right, automatically it will come. So host name is the local. The port is 3306. This is the port number, and the username is, what is the username is root. When you install the MySQL, automatically root will come. This is the by default root of username, and the password would be the at the time of install I have provided some password, so I will show you in the code what are the password I have given. Okay, these are the details required, right? See, I can test here whether this connection successfully or not. Then test connection. See, password we need to enter here. See, successfully made the MySQL connection. In the same way, here see, here it is the tool of the MySQL workbench. This is the tool, by using here we can connect. No need to, but our intention is we need to connect from the Python code. That is the task for us, right? So we need to do that. So yeah, I have already written this code, and I will show you while write. See if I have already written, I will show you this code. I will explain each and every line. See, writing the code is the not a big task nowadays. We need to understand. For example, I have written the code here. Why we have written each and every statement? Why we have written that? We need to understand that. We need to understand each and every line, so that if you want to, if you understand the each and every line, why you have written, what is the syntax, and how to write, how to sort out these compile time issues, then we can write our own way. So yeah, I have written this program, and I will show you and each and every step. Okay, now see, these are the things we need, right, for the at least connecting to the database. Connecting to the database, these things are required. So yeah, this is backend side. Now come to the python. Python code, we will use the different IDs to run and develop the Python application. PyCharm is the one of the tool, one of the IDE, which is popular IDE. The big applications or large scale applications we are using by using the PyCharm. So our case is we are using the Visual Studio Code, and here we can create the normal practice purpose, or normal Python applications, Python scripts, by using the Visual Studio Code. So here, see, we can see for my application, I have created one folder which is Python practice in my K drive or C drive, anywhere you can create. Then you can export that into the Visual Studio Code. Okay, like this, open folder like this. Suppose, for example, see here Python practice. I have this Python practice, and I selected this and I exported. So like that, we can create one folder here and choose that folder and export it. Okay, then you will get it. And after that, you can create the files. So for example, if I need to create the file, I can click this one, and now here, what Python, like employee details dot py. This is the extension for the Python script, I can say. So see, this is the way we can create. So it's not required now. I just deleting this. Okay. So like this, we can create the Python script. Now, okay. So here we have a extensions in Visual Studio Code. We have a extensions. Okay, what is this extensions means? We are giving these. We are adding the plugins. I can say plugins to the Visual Studio Code. For example, Python or some Python and for IntelliJ. For example, I need the Django to the Python. Then I can add this Django. See, this is the Django, right? Which already I have added. So that is the reason here uninstall is coming. So if you not added, right, it will install will come when you install, right. This Django plugin will automatically install in our Visual Studio Code. Let me Docker. We'll go to the Docker. So, see Docker. I have not installed. For example, if you want to add this Docker plug into your VS Code, then you can choose here, come to the extension, choose this folder and install. Okay, so it will install automatically. Okay, this is the Docker. Like this we can do. So so here, come to here. Yeah, now we will go to the code. Okay, yeah, terminal. See, this is the very basic. You can learn this VS Code how to. It's very simple. Now the terminal. What is the terminal? It's kind of window. It's kind of command prompt, not command prompt. It's kind of window for the Visual Studio Code where we can execute our programs. So see, my automatically when I choose the right terminal, it came the project path. Here I can execute this Python script. Okay, here I can execute the Python script. Okay, now see, we will go into the code. Now my intention is need to connect to the MySQL database. Then I should import the MySQL related MySQL related import statement. So this is the first import statement, import mysql.connector. Okay, this is the first import statement. And the second one is, this is the, I will tell you why this is the syntax for importing the any library or any packages in our program. Okay, now here this is the error code is the which is under this package. So we are using this error code to handle the exceptions or to handle the some errors. So for that we have imported, these two are the import statement. Now we are connecting to MySQL. We have a MySQL dot connector. For example, we are connecting to the Oracle. Now Oracle dot connector, like that. We have this import statement. And after that, right, I told you we need some of the details to connect to the database. So username we need, password. See, this is the my password. What is this password? Which will help to connect to the MySQL database. So host is the local host. For example, MySQL is installed in my machine, so local host. There is some other machine which are under the LAN connector WAN. Then we can use that host name. Okay, these are the details required. I just given this into the as a one collection object, one collection, that is the config. So sorry, in config, see, this is the config string which contains all the database details. Okay, then see, we have a mysql dot connector. We have a connect is the method. Connect is the method which will connect to the database based on this configuration. Based on this username and password and local host, we will connect to the we will connect to the MySQL. So connect is the method which will take this entire data which is stored in the config collection, which will take this one. Now it will return the connection object which name is the cnx. Just I have given any variable name which is user defined. You can give any name, that is not a problem. Here also we can give any name. Okay, but here these things are right. These are the libraries. Okay, Python libraries to connect to the MySQL. So here this is the variable, we can use anything. And after that, see, connects, this is the connection object, connection dot cursor. This is the connection object and dot cursor which will give the cursor object. Okay, these are the predefined method which will help to connect to the database. So now see, our task is completed. If you, these are the minimum code to connect to the database from the Python code. And after that, see, after that, I what I need to do after creating to the MySQL, I need to create the schema. Then only I can say, okay, my code is correctly working and it's connecting to the MySQL, and I can create the DB name. So here I just define the some DB name, some database name, which is the employee DB or customer DB or anything, just student DB, which is the string. I have this is the variable name, which is the string. I'm creating the student hyphen DB schema in MySQL. Okay, then see, and cursor object. We are using this cursor object, and which execute is the predefined method, and we are this is the normal SQL statement. In MySQL it will work. Okay, this is the normal statement. This statement, this is the normal query, I can say, or command in MySQL, which will create the schema. Okay, this is the format. See, comma here, which is the format of DB. It will give the format of string. That's it. Only format is the method, predefined method. It will print the statement as a format. Okay, here create database if not existed. That means if the database is not exist in the MySQL side, you can create with the name of this one. If not exist, this is the placeholder. On this placeholder, right, automatically this value will print. What is this format of database name? This one, student DB. That will be print here. That means create database if not existed student DB. Default, this is the normal command in the MySQL side. Okay, if the student DB is not created, then create. If it is already created, then ignore it. We are this just execute means it will take this execute method will take this is the parameter and it will execute. What this statement will do, it will execute the DB schema into MySQL. Okay, now what we are just printing. If for example, if you are not getting any exception, just we are printing the database created. What is this placeholder? I told you, right? If you use this interpolation here, see, format of the DB hyphen name. Here also format is the DB of name. This string will be printed here. Database student hyphen DB created. Like that I will get it. So yeah, you understand, right? Here see, mysql dot connector dot connect. Okay, we will get the connection object. From the connection object we are getting the cursor object by calling this cursor. And again, once we got the cursor object, we are executing the statement. If you want to if you want to execute any SQL statement, then we can use this execute method. Leave it this code. See, these all I kept the comment for these three methods. Leave it this codes. From this, what is this code entirely? We have written the username, password, and the server name. In my case is a local server to connect the database. Okay, data. After that, we got the connection object, cursor object, and from there we created the student DB. And after that, we are running the query, which will create the schema. Okay, we'll see whether the schema is created or not in the or MySQL side. Okay, let's refresh this one. These are the already created some of the schemas. So here, okay, we have student DB, right? Let's drop this table, sorry, schema. Okay, now we don't have the student DB here. So okay, now go to here, run this Python script. Okay, leave it dissolve, don't think dissolve, we don't have dissolve. Okay, just I consider this is my program, initial program to connect the database and create the schema. Take the very small task and write the code, execute it. Don't write entire code into the one application and run it. If you do like that, right, we will get lot of errors and lot of compile time issues. Then we will get the we won't get the interest. So write the very small piece of code, write it and execute it. If it is the executed successfully, right, then start the other tasks. So now, yeah, Python, and we need to, this is the command to run the Python script in our Visual Studio Code. Okay, sorry, copy this one. How to copy this one? Just rename it. Yes, here, come to here. Yeah, py. Okay, now see, Python and script file by using the Visual Studio Code. If you want to run our small Python script or small Python program, then use this command Python and the file name. See, database student created. Where I got this one? Database. Here is, see, database student type and DB. That means, see, actually database name is this one. Okay. Here is the format. That means the entire format will be replaced here and created. Okay, you got it? In the same way here, create database if not existed. Then see this after this, right? This name will be replaced here. Okay. Now will it's created, right? That means here I we don't get any error, we don't get any exception, we don't get any issue. That means if you got this here, control has printed, this means we have connected to the my MySQL and we created the table also. Let's see that schema has been created or not. Just refresh it. We don't have student-db. Yeah, now student-db came. Okay, that means we have connected successfully to the MySQL DB and we have created the schema. Okay, now again we will test one more. Now let's change this one, right? We can create the Aadhaar DB, Aadhaar card, Aadhaar card DB. What? See, I am creating the Aadhaar card DB. Okay, database name Aadhaar card DB. The what is the advantage if you write this one? See, why I have written here format DB. For example, here if I write the Aadhaar card DB, right? I need to go inside this execute statement and I need to change this one. For example, in future, I need to pass this name from the UI or from the user interface or from the some configuration or from the property file. So I'm not disturbing the actual code. I can pass these values from the outside of this program. I can create it, right? Here to reduce the complexity of this program, I have hard coded here, but usually we will pass this database name from the another configuration. In real time, if you want to create in a, suppose there is the one team came, I don't want to create all these schemas from the backend. I need a program which will create the schemas for me. That is our requirement. So they can, we have a user interface which has developed by using the Angular or React, and there they can enter the schema name. Okay, schema name, create it. Then this name will come from the UI and it will create for the schema name for us. So that is the reason we are using here this placeholder and this one, right? This is the database name. Now it will take as a parameter, and this query, this entire statement will execute method will execute this entire statement, and automatically when it is the see here itself, the connect and cursor, these two statements itself, it's connected to the database. Connection was successfully established here itself. So here the after connecting, it's executing the statement of the SQL statements, it's executing. That is the reason the method name itself the execute. Okay, see, you will get these all the method related things here, which is not required as of now. Close it. Okay, now see, this is the, so now I will execute again my program. What this will do now, it will create the another schema name for us. Let us see. See, database Aadhaar card DB created. Let's go here. Very simple application, but yeah. Okay, here Aadhaar DB, Aadhaar card DB. Okay, you got it? Yeah. Now I will drop this one. This is just normal testing. Now what is this? Right? How to select this one? Do you have this? Okay. See, it will give the error because we don't have this student, right? Wait. Again, we will replace this one. Student DB we get, right? So this is the sample code snippet to connect to the MySQL and create the schema. Okay. Now, now how to create the table? Okay, how to create the table in the MySQL? We'll see that. So I don't have program. Okay, that's fine. I don't have program, but here how to create the statement? We have a how to create the table? We have a query, right? What is that query? Create table name and the column names and the data types. and this constraint not null and whatever this these are the query, you know, right? Everybody, if you know the SQL will understand. See, for the creating table, create table name and the column name, and the, what is the type, integer type, which is the 11 character it will take, not null, so it won't take the not null. And auto increment, automatically when you are increasing the one record, one second record, when you are inserting two, if you are inserting the third record, three. That is the reason we are giving the auto increment here. Again, it's a column name and what kind of data type, varchar, and it also it won't take not null. So these kind of, these all, this is the SQL. We can create this SQL query here. Okay, and we can put into the one table, one logs, like this is the one collection in the Python, and we are assigning this entire statement to the table of logs. By using the logs, we can, by this is the user defined name, we can use this name to create the table. See, these are the simple SQL query, nothing else. So why I have added this string right here, the Python code. So we need to add this double quotes while writing the Python code. Now not only Python, in Java also, if you want to write this create query, create table queries, then we need to, this is the syntax of the Python or Java. Here is the Python, so we will add this double quotes as a syntax. Okay, this is the, simply remember, this is the SQL query, nothing else. We are giving this SQL query, we are storing into the one collection with the name of logs. Okay, first is logs. So now come to here. So again, see here, here what I am doing, cursor object which is already created here, and execute and table. I'm, you know, here it's a nothing, already we have created the table. So that is the reason I have written, it's not required here. Okay, it's not required. Now, now see here, tables, we have a tables, right, which is the array type. I have declared here, I have declared here table is equal to array. In the array I have added one element. Now by using the for loop, I am iterating this table name. I just printed the table name. What is this statement, entire statement? Okay, inside the table how many elements are there? Only one element is there, which is query for the creating the table. Now see table name, see here is the table name, nothing but here logs will come, table description will come. We are executing that. See after that here, right, I will show you one by one. See here inside the tables we have a logs. Here here logs will come, we are printing the log statement here, just logs. And from the logs, whatever data is there, table of logs, this will come here, this entire query, table description. Okay, now see why we have added the try, I will explain. So now print creating the table of the just table, whatever query we are getting, right, I am printing that one. The cursor object execute, we are passing this entire command, entire query. Okay, I am passing the entire query, which will execute and which will create the table for us. So here the exception, try comma catch. Why we need to try comma catch? Might be if the table name is, we have some syntax issue or schema is not exist, then it will throw the exception or error. So that we are handling mysql dot connector dot error, which we are already imported that. So as a error, we are assigning this entire error into error variable. So error dot code is equal, this is the one predefined code 1050. If this error code is this one, then already existed. If already table exists, I am running the second time, for example this one, then we will get this one already table exists, or else we will, the error message will print. See now, okay, this is the method signature. See, this is the, we I have three methods. In Python, how we'll write the method, def method name, after that codes. Okay, I will, again I will explain this code, no worries, it will give you a little bit confusion. So so if you know Java, right, or any programming language, public void get employee details. Here, see, this is the normal method. Normal method is nothing but set of the instructions or set of the code block of the code, like this this block of the code will do some of the task, or it will execute some of the business logic, and it will return finally some value, which is it will return some value, or some of the methods may not return any value. So the method is nothing but the block of code which will execute when we call this method. In the same way, for Python, for example, if I need to write the one Python method, so what is this? Def is the keyword for the Python methods, and here, okay, this is my method here. That's it. Only in the Python we can write the methods definition like this. So after this write, we can write our logic here. Whatever logic based on whatever get employed, it is what we will do. What we need to in this method, we can write here. So in Python, there is one important point. While writing the code, right, we should follow some kind of format. Like it won't take in Java. We can write like this. We can write the code here, and we can write the if loop, or we can write the for loop here. We can't follow any like standards like this. Like we can write again like this in here one for loop, in one if loop, again here some collection, some business logic we can write. Okay, but in Python, right, we need to write the code in a structured format, like see here, right, will tell you. If you're not writing the structured format, right, there is some the compile time issues will come. Here, see, these are all the three lines are the same. Again, see here, for loop same, again print statement. Like this we have to see for loop, again after the exception we have a if condition. Like this we have to follow. So this structure of the code is very important in Python. This will come based on the practices only. So so what is this entire method will do? This method will execute the SQL query, and it will create the table. So this is the method body, and this is the method call. So I have commented this one. See, now create statement, right, we'll go to, again I will explain. Create statement, see here it will came. So I'm just creating the one schema name which already created. Okay, now this is the SQL statement, simple SQL statement for creating the table. Then I am assigning this value into the one collection which is logs. Okay, now this is normal, just executing this one. Okay, use. So why we need this one, sorry, why we need this one, execute use. We are telling use this student-db here. That means already schema is created. While creating the table, we can use this schema which is already created. We are telling to the code, to the program, use this schema, which schema, student-db, to create this table. Okay, for that we are, see, create table name, and I am creating this all, and we are telling to this where should we create this table. We need to create this table here in this schema, student-db. That is the reason. After that, see here, table is the collection. We are iterating this collection by using the for loop, and we are getting the table name. From the table it will come, logs will come. Okay, we are printing that for the debug purpose, or for what is the data, just for our purpose. And that, right, table of, see, logs will come here, I will show you. Then table of logs, right, what will come? Table of logs means this description will come, enter this description will come. Okay, then uh, in the try comma exception, see why we have used the try and exception. If any syntax issue here, it will throw the error or exception. So to handle that one, we are using try catch or try exception. This is the way to handle these exceptions in the Python. Try, just code like this, and execute method, and we are executing this table description. That means this entire query we are executing here, table description. And if exception came, right, the exception we are handling here as a error, we are assigning this entire error to the error. This is the variable, we are assigning this entire error to the here as a error. Exception is the syntax, this is the error on this it will come in this two statement, or sorry, in this statement. So we are handling that as a error. So from this error, right, error number we are printing. This is the for normal our log purpose or debugging purpose. If the error code and this code is same, then already exist. For example, if somebody ran this method second time, then it will error will come and it will print already table exists like this. Okay, already table exists, table exists. Okay, so see now, and this is normal, right? Else error message we are printing, else error message we are printing. So this is the very simple method. Okay, now we are calling this method. I have not executed, right? Let's see here. Refresh, refresh here. Here we don't have any table. Here in the table we don't have any table. So now run this one. Now I removed the comment of this method. This is the method calling. Here it will call this. When this method will call, right, this entire block of code will execute. What this block of will code will do, it will take the SQL query and it will create the table inside the MySQL. That's all, only table creation. I will execute now, we'll see. See, I told you, right, we'll go through again. Now table database created. This is the this statement. Now in this log statement, right, logs equal to is equal logs. See, I told you, right, table. What is this? From the table, this one. Tables logs. If you comma, if you have another query, we can put the comma and some other variable you can use. So table of logs. Table of logs. Table name is printed here, logs. And after that, see, table of logs means this entire description. This is the description. Create table. This is the entire description, which will come to here. Tables and execute. We are executing, and we don't have any error. Then it won't come here. It's not printed here. So now we'll see whether the table is created or not. We will check here. See, we have a student table. Earlier, we don't have this table, right? Now after executing the method, we have a table which ID and the student name and class and which is the created date will come. This is the columns here. ID, student name, class, this one. Okay, now I will run again this one, same. What we are expecting, we'll see. See, have you seen this one? Have you seen, guys? See here, now same here. Here printing this one, logs, and when executing the statement, right, cursor dot execute or the table description, it will take this entire description. It's trying to execute, then it will come already table existed. We are running the same second time. So we are getting the error as a error code. And this one, see, this is the predefined error code dot table exist error. This is the predefined 10050, and this error code also same 10050. So this both are same. It's showing the message to error already table exist. So okay, now that is the purpose. We have handled the exception, and we just printed the for the debugging purpose. So now we have a table in the my MySQL without any data. Okay, now we will insert the data. Now we will insert the data. Okay, we will comment this one table created. Sorry, see, in Python, if you want to comment this one, we have this line. We have to use hash. In Java, we can use the like this. We can use the Java. In Python, this is the way to comment this one. Now add student. Add student means we are adding some student into the database. So here, this is the method we will execute here. Very simple. Once create the table, rest of the things are very simple. See now, okay. Now go to here. See, this method will execute. What we are constructing the SQL query which is insert into table column name, student name, and class, and these values. What is this two? What is the percent of this S? This is the, I will tell you, whatever input parameter we are passing here, whatever input parameter we are passing here, it will go to here. for example, if I am passing the Venkat, right? Venkat Kintali, Venkat Kintali, and my roll number is something like 029. So these are the parameters which will go to here, add student, and now insert into student, student name I am passing, and the class also I am passing, and here, so it's not roll number, it's a class A or whatever it. I'm passing this class. What kind of data type is the class? Varchar, right? So it should be the A because A. See, I'm class is the varchar type. Class is the student name is the varchar and date time. ID will be auto increment, so no need to insert. It will when the query is triggered to the MySQL, it will automatically insert. This create also automatically insert. Okay, see, by default at the time of creating the date, what I did date time not null, default current timestamp. It will take the current system timestamp. So my system timestamp it will take. No need to insert this one. By using this one current timestamp, by using this Oracle statement, it will automatically take the date time. When we created this record, it will take time from this current time. So no need to insert. So now I am passing the only things my name and which class I am studying. These two required. So this method will go to the here. Here we are inserting the data. We are adding the data to database table. So see inserts into student and student name and class. We are the placeholder we are using. Where we are giving this placeholder. See while this is the SQL we have constructed. Then again query object dot execute. We are passing this SQL statement and the input parameters we need to replace with these values, right? So we are giving the student name and class name here. We are passing the SQL statement and we are replacing these values with the input parameters which we are sending from the method. Okay, and after that once this statement executed, right, we should commit this one because committed the data has been after the inserting we need to commit. That is the normal Oracle side or MySQL side we need to do. So now see, now what will happen? The cursor object. I need to print which ID has generated. For example, if I inserted right first, then what is the insert statement? Like it will return the row ID. It will return based on this one whether the record is inserted or not. We should print this statement here, or we should throw this ID to some other application or UI application. So I just got this the row ID and I'm printing this one. So my here I've written just one insert statement with values. I am replacing values here. Whether after the committing, right, whatever the ID which I have got here while inserting, that ID I got here by using this cursor object and I'm printing here, nothing else. Just we will run this method. I'm running the program. I'm putting the other methods comment. So this only this method will execute. See, we got some error. What is this? Line number 55. Let's okay. No database selected. Yes. Okay. Why we got this error? Here, right? See, have you seen why this error came earlier? Actually, here insert into table name, but we have not written the schema name here. So how this execute will understand which schema I need to insert this data? It's no table, but it's don't know the schema, because in this method we have used the schema. See, in this method we have used the schema. DB name is equal this one, and use this one, right? Use execute use. Okay, so here it knows the which table, which schema we need to use. Let's do one thing. We'll copy this one. Add student, right? Now, see, if you are not writing this statement properly, then we will get the big errors. Okay, this very careful. Now again, what we need to do is we need to use this one, right? We should tell to the uh, Python program which schema we need to use. Okay, now here. Okay, again. Okay, now okay. Now we will see. Now I'm clearing this all. How to clean this? Sorry. So now I'm again commenting this one, because now we are using that schema use statement in our method itself. We are not calling other method. See, we are calling only our only add student method. Here we used earlier, we have not written this one, because we got the error. Because why? Because we are not using the schema, which schema we need to use while creating this table, or while insert table is created already, but we should use this one, right? Which schema that table is, we should tell to the Python code by using this execute. Now let's run this small this method, means entire program. And if you run this entire program, only this method will call, because rest of the methods we kept on the comment section. See, have you seen? This is where we have to test. Earlier we don't have these two statements. We don't know which schema we need to use while inserting the data into the student table. Now we have given to the Python, use this one, execute use table name, use student DB. Okay, now 2, right? See, added log is equal to, where I got this is the 2. See, this is the log ID, added log 2. Means earlier I ran first time, in that time one Venkat has added, second time 2 added. Now I will change my parameters. What I need to do is, now Jaswit Ram has been added to the table. Now we'll run again the same program. Now this log is 3. See, now 3. That means 3 records. This is the row ID of 3. This record has been inserted, which is 3. Now again I will change this one. All my family has been added into the table. Ritiksha. So now I will run again. See, now 4. Okay, 4 table has been added to the into the table. Let's go into the we'll see how many records are there. Have you seen? All class A. See, what is the date time? Within seconds I have just 9 minutes. Okay, this is the way we can add the data into the table by using the Python code. Now what we need to do, we need to update the table. So copy and put into here, because it should know what is the, see, now we need to give these two names, which schema we should use. That is the student DB. Now update student set. I'm creating the set class, which class is, where what is the ID. Okay, now I can comment this one, because we have added all 4 rows, 4 members into the table. Now updating. Okay, now update table, right? See there. Now I'm planning to. This is the class B, right? Second, third and fourth I will update to the C class or D. Third and fourth. Okay. Third, third. Which class there? D. I need to update because A is added. Now I am updating to the D. What is expecting here? Class, right? Here, what is updating where class is equal to ID? It will update, right? We'll see. See, you who is the user three? Three is the Jaswitram. His class is A. Now we are updating to the D. Now let's do this. Mhm. Okay, name, right? Okay. So it won't take this one class because why this one any, right? Maybe while executing this, what is the data type we have used for this? Now see, because we are passing the normal, now it will work. We'll see. See, database student DB created means the where is this? Why it's executing? Have you seen D? It's updated to D. Now Ritiksa also A. We will update to the E. Okay, 4. I will tell you why it's earlier not working because D without quotes, right? It won't take as a character. It won't. We are giving this class as the character while creating this one varchar, but D we are giving you. Application won't take, the program won't take normally. Now E. See now E, right? E means it won't take. What is this E? Whether it's a character or string, we should tell to the program, right? So within the quotes we need to put. So now, okay, what is this Ritiksha user ID? It's a 4. Now we are updating the classes. Okay, now we'll run to this one and clean this one. What is this? Again, I will open the new terminal because it's letting lot of now. See now I have not written any logger statement or any print statement, so that is the reason it's not coming. We have updated successfully. Fourth is the now A. I am refreshing this one. I'm rerunning the query. See now A B E. Okay. See this is the way we have initially we don't have this schema. We have created the schema from Python. We have created table from the Python code and we have insert the data into the Python and we are updating the data from the Python. So this is the program. So I have written the three methods, which is the first method and second method and third method. Okay, and this is the code for the create to connect to the DB. This is the connect creating the database schema. This is creating the table. This is the adding the data. This is the updating the data. So yeah, thank you guys. That's all.